When I go on a dirt bike ride, it's all about the riding. It's about the journey, not the destination. The destination to me is just somewhere to refuel, have a beer, have a meal, maybe stay overnight, get back on the bike and keep riding again. However, at Easter time last year, I had the opportunity to go for a ride with my good mate Terry, and he even let me a bike for the ride. And this time it was all about the destination, not so much the journey. The journey was good. We had a great ride, had some time together. Didn't take a lot of video footage, but we do have some photos to show you where we went. And where we went were two special places. One of them was where we spent a lot of time as teenagers at my grandparents' little weatherboard house in Baradine, a small country town in northwestern New South Wales. And the second place was a property that I went to work on with Terry when I finished year 12 at school. We spent 6 months up there, living pretty rough, doing a lot of work, 12 hours a day, 7 days a week for not much money, but what an experience. So if you want to see what two middle-aged men do when they want to go and relive their youth, keep watching.
Pilliga scrub, 1,000,000 wild acres in its day. Some yowie. I can't see civilization in any. That'd be the Warren Bungles over there, I would think, wouldn't it? Yep. And I'll swing back around. We're looking straight at Sydney now, apparently. 390 k's away. Where's Mount Caputar? Mount Caputar. Yeah, you can make it out way in the distance in that direction. There you go.
After a great night at the Tattersalls Hotel, I got back on the bikes, headed out to the cemetery to go and visit my grandparents before heading off to their small property out on the Warrigal Road. So this is Nan and Pop's house at Baradine. This is Easter Sunday 2024. Front door's in here. There's the outhouse over there. And we used to come in through here. Watch my step, broken. And this used to be kitchen table or dining table. And then out the back of the veranda, bedroom in there. Lounge room in there, and this is the kitchen. The kitchen was the only place that had hot water. It had a instant hot water thing there. There was an oven there, little sink and a little servery window into the lounge room, and out through the window is the outhouse, which the light switch was here. So when your sisters are out there, you turn it off. Now we come into the lounge room. Much smaller than I remember. That's the fireplace. This little lounge chair here, lounge chair over here. The old phone was on the wall there that you had to ring up and wind it up and call the exchange. How the house never burnt down, I don't know. That was a solid wall there. Have a look here, in between the walls is the round post that were cut with an axe. And then we're thinking this might have been the original entrance to the house that when I grew up was never used. This was Nat and Pop's bedroom. Couple of windows out there. This was like the spare room that sometimes Mum and Dad were in. Again, there were some windows there, the rest of it was all closed in. Oh yeah, some louvers. And this doorway here came into this tiny little room. Again, have a look at that. Axe cut pine. Little window out to the veranda. Oops. And we come out here. Up.
That's right, sir. Max is just taking a video.
And that's the hook where we used to hang the sheep when we killed them. And again, this room used to be full of beds. Climb over one bed to get to the next bed. There's some louvers there. That's the only form of cooling we had. And the front door there that went out the garden path to the front gate.
Right, do you walk or we'll chat along the way? Well, we may not chat along the way because...
This is the bathroom. That was where the shower curtain came around. There was a shower head there at some stage, but it was only ever cold water. There's no hot water. A little sink and the mirror, that's all you had. And there was a chip heater there that we'd have to cut pine chips and light a fire, and then the water would... There must have been a second tap, and it dribbled into the top of the water heater, went through some coil pipes, and then back out and dribbled into the bath. And so you'd have to take turns having a bath, and the last person got the deepest bath, first person got the shallow one. But, yeah, very, very basic, and much smaller than what we ever remember. I think they're on 12 acres here. So there we go. A little bit of nostalgia for you. It's pretty cool. I was saying to Terry, like, you come into... I've been into plenty of old houses and gone and have a look, and you always wonder about the lifestyle and what the people were like when they were living there and growing up there. And this is the first time I've actually come back into this place since, I was a teenager, I would have been. And so this is the first time I found what you call a derelict house that it's now my memories. And I spent years and years and years here. So it's, yeah, a little bit sad in one way, but it's awesome to be able to come back. We met I think his name is Joe Matthews, who owns next door, and he was the guy who bought this property. So surprisingly, we ran into him at Tattersalls pub last night when we stayed there, and had a beer, and we asked permission to come in and have a look, and he was all for it. So thanks, mate. We'll go for a bit of a wander down and see what we find in the paddock. Well, the old house is pretty run down now, so it's a little bit sad, but I'll tell you what, there were some great memories in there. So to give you an idea what it was like back in the heyday, because I was there from the time I was born up until, I did say teenager, but I think it was more like in my early 20s, because there's a photo in here of my GPZ 900R with my grandmother on the back with her apron on, as she always had. And so I would have been probably 21, 22 then. So check this out, a few good old photos. And then from Baradine we headed up to Burren Junction. We had to make a bit of a detour and head out to Weewar, I think it was, to get some more fuel because being Easter time, not everyone was open. And we refueled and then got back on the road. Things started to flatten out, and then you can see the black soil country coming up on the property that we used to work at. Avondale was the main property's name, and altogether Bruce Harris, I think it was 118,000 acres, 9,000 acres just cotton. And then we're going to head out to Moomin Plains, which is one of the houses that we stayed in during the 6 months that we lived there. And during the pick, I think I said it was 6 women from Nimbin, but it was actually 5. Try explaining that to your mum when you're 18 years old. But we moved over there, lived there for a couple of months, and did a lot of work, had a lot of fun, met some nice people, great experiences. And again, the house is now rack and ruin. So check this out. Righto, we're at Moomin Plains, just outside of Coleranabri, and this is where Terry and I, when we were 18 years old, one of the places that we lived in. We lived here for a couple of months with 6 women from Nimbin, and yeah, the place is a bit rack and ruin, but have a look at it. I actually don't remember all of this building and how big it is, a big old farmhouse. But there's room, she's all run down now. I'm not sure these 4X bottles are left over from us because we used to drink cans because that way we could bring them on the bike.
Yeah, this is, I don't remember. It's on the wall in the Love Shack.
Look through there at how crooked that is. It's like old
she's
amusement ride.
Done.
Barbecue. Yeah, the veranda's coming down a bit.
Like another a decent windstorm, she might have learned how to fall.
Yeah.
We'll have to see if we can find the swing of the bridge, or where it was.
Well, we'll do a quick lap up here. There's the kitchen. Pretty wild bit of gear. And of course during summertime here it was well over 40s. 45 degrees in summertime. Yeah, no insulation, no air conditioning. And even here I don't even remember having a fan. We may have had a fan at our joint.
So they got it on the wall in there at the moment, playing with.
So there we go.
There you go.
I'm going to go outside. Remember a bit of a, it was a footbridge really, wasn't it, that went over the little bomb. There's another room in there.
I don't even remember where the shower was, to be honest.
Oh yeah, there's a bathroom in here. Let's go and have a look at that. It's pretty. Well, that's the other end of that room. It's old school. There's the shanks, and oh yeah, and this would have been our shower. Rough times. So that was back in 1987. And but this is today's the 31st of March 2024. Pretty damn hot already.
And
through here.
It used to be a clear path. There's remnants of it just there.
Ah, yeah.
But I can't see anything out in there. My sister used to bring me out food. And I couldn't get the floor. And she used to walk across that bridge.
Yeah, look at that. So that went out over the Billabong there.
Yeah, look, there's still a bit of it here.
Yep.
Sorted.
And we used to catch yabbies.
Yeah. Sneak over here and see if we can find any water.
Bloody pile of yabbies. Bruce Harris comes along and goes, what's going on here? Hey. Oh yeah, here's the water.
There's a couple of posts. There's one post where the old one used to be. Just there.
Yeah, right.
She's gone now. I can't remember his name, but Aboriginal bloke used to live over that side. The bulldozer driver.
Yeah, and where did Gary live? He lived in another house.
Yeah, here somewhere. Just on, yeah, that house we went past.
Yeah, righto.
Yes. And then opposite where the workshop was, that was Buff. He was the laser bucket driver.
Yeah.
And his girlfriend, I can't remember her name, but she was the poor girl that was going through menopause at like 24.
Alright.
So.
I remember another guy called Tiger.
Yeah, right.
And he used to drink a lot of beer.
Yeah.
As you do out here.
Oh.
But mate, from memory, I think like a carton of beer back then was like almost $50 or was $50.
Yeah, same as it is now, pretty much.
And that was in 1987, and we were earning, I think, $200 a week.
Yeah.
And that was for a
Massive.
7-day week, 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
We were on $8 an hour or something. And that was it. It was either work or you don't get paid. The other old buildings, I don't know what was in here. Old tool shed, I think. Ah, here's the laundry. Old school laundry. Concrete tubs. Would have had your copper in there. Light your fire down there. That's how you do your washing. Or rebuild your engines. Yeah, righto. Pretty cool. Although I was sort of half expecting to come along and the house had been maintained and people might have been living in here, but by the look of it, no one's lived in there for a long, long time. So I think it's probably 37 years since we were in here. Seems like yesterday. There you go. Hope you enjoyed that. So now I'll show you some old photos from back then. Now the first photo you're going to see is the old house that Terry and I used to live in when we first moved up there. We lived in there on our own. Now it was a weatherboard house. There was no air conditioning, there was no ceiling fans, there was no swampy, there was no pedestal fans. We had nothing. We worked 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, and we worked from 7 at night till 7 in the morning. We were doing the night shift. The property ran 24/7. So during summer out there, it's anywhere from 35 to 45 degrees. So we would finish work, have to go back to the old house, eat and sleep in this old house up to 45 degrees during the day before we can go back to work again. We didn't even have a proper bed. As you can see in the photos, all we had was a couple of pieces of foam on the wooden floor. That was it, mate. It was rough. So it's pretty tough times, but tell you what, it was a great experience and I'm really glad I did it. Then you'll see some photos of the cotton fields. Now the smaller cotton fields, we had polypipe, black polypipe, 2-inch pipe that we'd throw siphons for. One siphon fed 2 rows of cotton. The bigger ones had a 12-inch pipe with a gate on it, and we would open those up and we'd flood about 10 rows of cotton with water down the other end. Now those big paddocks of cotton are 2 kilometres by 3 kilometres square. So it's a pretty big area. During the pick, Terry was driving either a tractor or a cotton picker, I think, and I was on a module builder, squashing the cotton down, building 12-tonne modules of cotton ready to go on the truck and get shipped out. And the boss made us work from the time that the dew came off the cotton and we could actually start picking it, because if you picked it when it's too wet, they can self-combust. And then you would keep going until the dew came down at night time. So if that was a 12-hour day, it's a 12-hour day. If it's a 16-hour day, it's a 16-hour day. What did you get for overtime? Nothing. You either worked or fuck off and we'll get someone else. After reliving our youth, we decided to get back on the bikes, cross those black soil plains and get back on the tar, headed up through Moree, one more refuel, and then back down to Bingara to complete a 2-day ride. What an awesome trip. It was a bit of a whirlwind tour. I think we did about 900 kilometres in 2 days, but lots of good memories, good riding, but as I say, it was all about the destination, not so much the journey. Had an awesome time, Terry, really appreciate it, and I'll tell you what, I'll leave the last 2 comments up to you.
How's my hair, man?
What the hell is that all about?